Respected Mr. Anoop Kumar Tiwari Sir, who gave me this wonderful opportunity of introducing myself, which helped me to know myself better, and everyone watching this. Hello, I am Sania Zia. I am currently completing my undergraduate degree in Information Technology from National Institute of Technology, Raipur. I am a DASA student in this great institute. Here we go on the journey of knowing Sania Zia. I was born on March 13, 2004 in Bhilai, Chhattisgarh. I am the eldest daughter of a family of 5. My father, Mr. Zia-ur-Rahim, works as a production supervisor in Madain Aluminium, Ras Al Khair, Saudi Arabia. My mother, Mrs. Rukhsana Zia, is a homemaker, and I am so grateful to have them, as they have always stayed by my side, made me realize the difference between goods and bad, been there for me no matter how rough and tough the situation got. I can give a million reasons so as to appreciate them for their efforts and my love for them. I am blessed with 2 pretty siblings named Sania Zia and Tawfiq Zia, who are 5 and 8 years younger than me respectively. They are the best thing that has ever happened to me. I still remember the feeling of having a newborn baby at home. It has no comparison. My family means the world to me. Let us talk about my studies. I studied my pre-primary to class 4th in Om Prakash Jindal School, Raigad. Continued since then to the completion of my schooling in International Indian School, Al Jubail, Saudi Arabia. I lived in KSA for almost 9.5 years. These years consist of my childhood, as I was beautifully raised in here. It genuinely holds a truckload of memories. My school had separate girls and boys section, so I've spent most of my early life with my girls. I had multiple friends group, but the most consistent and precious was my best friend of 8 long years, Miss Kashmi Rajesh Donse, who became one of the biggest reasons of my enjoyable days. We studied together and aced multiple school exams, visit malls together, and my all-time favorite were the gossips we had about the little things for hours, just to end up with, nah, who are we to judge? We helped one another grow up, and we still have life update sessions once a month. I started my preparation for JEE in class 11th with no expectations and just as the idea of exploration until I stubborned up in getting into a national level college. Being very honest, I am extremely happy for what I have achieved because it's still a dream for many students. My branch is what I've always desired for. It was a dream and I made it come true with all my hard work, faith, and especially my parents' blessings and God's will. I may not have gone where I intended to go, but I think I have ended up where I needed to be. NIT Raipur has been treating me quite well yet. I started my college life by meeting splendid teachers, cooperative seniors, amazing events that held weekly. Not gonna lie, DJ nights were the best of all of them. Separation of me from my home and my family always seemed terrifying, as we have never stayed away for past 18 years. I miss home, but they say difficulties often lead you to a better future, and here I am, trying my level best for myself. I think of myself as a positive person. I try finding goodness in everything I see, but I am equally smart about my surroundings. I am aware that the most traumatizing fights have to be fought alone. Some nights it's just going to be you staring at the ceiling in the dark, same old empty feeling in your heart. But I believe in myself that everything I pray for will one day come true, and I live with that fact. Everyone gets distracted in life because of multiple reasons, and it's okay. What matters the most is how we take the actions after the realization. That's what I keep in mind, to use my time wisely, because life is short. So live as if you were to die tomorrow, and learn as if you were to live forever. I've learned that people will forget what you say, people will forget what you do, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Therefore, I try my best to be good and fun around everyone, make them smile, make them realize their importance on this planet, and finally, make them happy. I also believe that everything happens for a reason. People change so that you can learn to let go. Things go wrong so that you appreciate them when they're right. You believe lies so you eventually learn to trust no one but yourself. Sometimes good things fall apart so that better things can fall together. I have left heartbroken, so I no longer believe in the idea of soulmates or love at first sight. But I am beginning to believe that a very few times in your life, if you are lucky, you might find someone who was exactly right for you, not because he or she was perfect or because you were, but because your combined flaws were arranged in a way that allowed two separate beings to hinge together. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. As a hobby, I really like singing and listening to music. The genre completely depends on my mood. I keep humming around the room, singing in the showers, etc. etc. Secondly, I'm into reading novels. I've read some scientific, psychological thrillers, and mostly hopeless romantics throughout my school life. But since I joined college, it's been tough to read books due to lack of time. I do try my best to take night time and read so as to feel good and freshen up my mind. I enjoy reading so much. When I have a house of my own, I shall be miserable if I have not an excellent library. What really knocks me out is a book that when you're all done reading, you wish the author that wrote it was a terrific friend of yours and you could call him up on the phone whenever you feel like it. Sadly, that doesn't happen much. Some days I just lay down asking myself some important questions that we never really concentrate on. I found power in accepting the truth of who I am. It may not be the truth that others can accept, but I cannot live any other way. I am a woman who believes that right is right and wrong is wrong. I really can't deny it. I am who I am. I am pretty normal. I am not that smooth type of girl. I run into things, I trip, I spill food, I say stupid things. I don't have it all together. However, I've got hope. I've got dreams. I have aspirations. I don't need to climb mountains. I don't need to build nations. What I do need is the courage to look deep inside, because I am me, and from me, I know I can't hide. I don't wish to fly. I'm quite happy to climb. I'm not a perfect, but I will forever believe that I am close. Thinking about future equally excites me as much as worries. I look forward to the fun days when I'm genuinely happy with my favorite people, laughing and playing around in gardens, eating our favorite meals. It could be a family I come from or the family that comes from me, or both if I'm lucky. I'm equally worried about the what ifs. What if I never get to celebrate anything again? What if I lose my parents' trust by doing something inappropriate unintentionally? Will they ever trust me again? What if I never find my soulmate and God has chosen me to live alone forever? Yeah, that does sound cringe, but come on, each one of us craves a hand to hold. What if, what if, what if, what if? The list continues. But again, you can't stop the future. You can't rewind the past. The only way to learn the secret is to press play. Hence, I take deep breaths, calm down, and make the best of today, expecting the least from the future. That brings me to think, what if there is no future? all the plan and excitement turns to be useless. What if I am to die tomorrow? Would I still have the same plans or will they differ? Thus, if this were my last day, I'd say or confess things I've been too scared to say. Eat as much as of my favorite food as I like. Spend time with my family and loved ones. Ride my favorite car exceeding the driving limits and attempt the most dangerous drift. I'd register to become an organ or tissue donor. Lastly, I'll ask my parents to trust God and His actions and thank them for everything that they've ever done for me and the love they provided me with throughout. Love. L-O-V-E. A little four-letter word that used to be this thing that I accepted in small dose. I took what little was on offer, always hoping for more and never asking for it or demanding for it or questioning how very little parcel out of to me. I had learned that love was conditional. The truth is that all I ever wanted was someone to love me as I am. For myself, for my deepest truths, for my quirks, for my mind, for my whole self, body and soul. With kindness, with honesty, with sincerity, with passion, with fidelity, forever. To see me not as what they wish me to be, but as I am. I've just come to accept the feeling of not knowing where I'm going. I have trained myself to love it because it is only when we are suspended in mid-air with no landing in sight that we force our wings to unravel and begin to fight. As we fly, we still may not know where we are going, but the miracle is in the unfolding of wings. You may not know where you are going, but you know that as long as you spread your wings, the winds will carry you. So I keep trying to know myself better, to know my needs and requirements, to not lose faith, to keep going, to believe in the universe and its tactics, to live the moment that matters and to love what is worth loving. Because I believe that never trying is worse than failing. There is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve, that is the fear of failure. I do not fear failure, but rather fear not trying. It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live it cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. Thus, I keep trying. If I win, then I win. If I lose and still do not lose, that's the real victory. Victory doesn't always have to be universal breaking news. Victory for me lies in the little achievements I make. When I achieve my move goal, when I clear my wardrobe after weeks, when I lose small amount of weight, make someone smile by doing good. I remember going to the station to drop my classmate off for visiting home as it was her first travel alone and she was quite excited but afraid. I helped an old couple by carrying their heavy bags to the stairs and dropping them off to the same train my friend was traveling in. I could see the innocence and thankfulness in the couple's eye, and the best thing, I myself felt happy for doing something that was almost zero effort from my side but a great help to someone else. I will forever remember and be proud of the small act of kindness. I believe that life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Life is a book and there are 1,000 pages I have not read yet. And so have you. I've got to dance like there's nobody watching. Laugh like I've never been heard. Sing like there's nobody listening. And live like it is heaven on earth. And in 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. That's my time. Thank you for listening and being patient listeners.